Alrighty team, it is a lovely cold Adelaide day today. Today I'm gonna have to try and make a 33-inch spare fit under here. So all of this obviously has to come off. I'm not going to try and fit it under this. I'm going to completely take this off, so I'll probably have to do some chopping in here, but I'll see as I go. There's not really many videos on that. Hoping I can help someone out if they also have an NX, because there's plenty of NWNT and S ones, but yeah, there's not really that much on NXs, so I'll have to figure that out as I go. But for now I got to move the SS. I'll move this, get that out of there, reverse the Pajero up, and then we can crack on with taking that apart. I don't have the wheel with me yet, so I'm gonna have to pinch one of the wheels to just see if it'll fit, but that'll be coming in tomorrow, so and then I can have it on there permanently. So let's get into it. Flat battery was not on my bingo card for today, so I'm gonna have to jump start it. Worth their weight in gold, these things. Let's try that again. Going. Now that that's done, I can start swinging that off, so I'll just show you how to do that on the NX. I don't know if it's different on the other ones, but open your door, then you'll probably, unless you got one of these, you don't have to do that. But you go here and here, and then you have two bolts there. Undo them, and then this will swing off. But I'll figure out which size bolts these are, and then I'll show you what to do. All right, size is 21 millimeters. Once you do that, you can then swing this open. So there's all your cables and crap that you'll need for all that stuff. Now it looks a little bit daunting now, but I think it'll be right. I've got to take this off with these hinges. I don't know where I'm gonna, obviously that one there, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm just going to start taking some stuff off and then seeing how far we can get. Alright, jumper change, because this is all dusty, so I don't want to get dirty. First things first, I'm going to take this spare off, just see how much room we have to play with around there. Just doing that, so I will unclip all this. Here's your lights, reverse camera. I think that's pretty much it. There's a light down here, but I don't really plan on retaining that, so yeah, we'll just see how we go. I'm just going to start unplugging stuff, but we'll get on with the tyre first. 21 millimeter bolts, so that's pretty straightforward. Get the big dog out. I can see a lot of these being a prick, so I might just snap some of the clips off or cut them. I don't really need to retain them anyway, so I don't know why I would keep them, but if I can get them off I will, but if they're too hard I'm just not going to mess around with it. Alright, everything is disconnected. Now I'm just going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that that and that have to be undone to pull this away so I can get that, feed that through, and then we should be able to take this off. Then I can mess around with transferring everything, and obviously the reverse camera has to unbolt. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Let's have another look. I think this whole thing comes out. It's just dangling at the moment, but I think there's bolts on the inside, but I'll worry about that in a minute. Right, well, it's off. It was all bolts. I mean, I probably didn't have to take off all the ones that I did, but it's a learning process. This was absolutely stupid. This was some, like, it's obviously threaded, but it didn't have a nut on this end. I've heard a couple of people talking about it, but I just drilled it out. And then it snapped, so that's good. Now obviously I'll take these off at some point, but for now I just want to see how much clearance I got. I don't even know if I'll be able to fit the 33s in there actually, but we'll have a look and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the spare on there. Looks very good, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take these hinges off obviously, and then the next part will just be basically building something for the lights and the bracket to come out of and the number plate. So I've got to run to Bunnings, then I'll be back and I'll start making that. So I've just been to Bunnings, I've grabbed everything that I think I'll need. So this is my temporary idea for now until I get my bracket, but it'll sit like that. I'll bolt it and then chop this down to length, but that can go in there, and then I can slide this in and out. Put some wing nuts, so I'll put that there, chop it out here somewhere, and then I can slide it in and out whenever I need. Alright, it doesn't look the greatest at the moment, but it is strong. I'm going to chop this off out here somewhere. I've got to measure, and then I'll put some rig nuts, maybe, I'm thinking through there, but yeah, I'll try this out and see how it goes. Alright, so I've trimmed that down, and I've made this. Pretty simple design. I ran out of bloody washers, but I've put a rib nut in there that slides like that. Then you just get a wing nut, put that in place. And she's sturdy, and this is just going to be for the number plate. Temporarily, like I said, while I order my bracket. It's a little bit on the piss, but I'm not too worried about that. If I was keeping it on it a bit better, but so then I can mount my number plate here. I've got all my lights and stuff. I'll have to make a bracket just to be able to do all those lights, but I'll start making that and I'll show you the progress. But for now, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. So now today, all I got to do is take this off, get these off, put the new wheel on there. I have to grind down the nut of that to fit it in these, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll get onto that now. So a bit of a better look, that's just cut 4 ways like that. This slides straight in, do up the nut. It stays pretty tight. I mean, obviously once the nut's in there, could look better, but it's only temporary, like I said. Now we just got to get this off, and this off, and then I have to modify these to be able to fit in there. So I'm just gonna have to grind this rim off a little bit, the rim of this nut, bolt, and then yeah, and then that should work, hopefully. So I'll get to taking these off first, and then we'll worry about that later. It's just two 10mm bolts. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to put these back in just to fill those holes. I've never taken this off, but I'm assuming it'll be these, and then it should pop off. But apparently they can be stubborn. Okay. Hopefully not too many of them broke. No, doesn't look like it. That's good for once. It looks like we have to remove the rear washer bottle. Just peeled this away, which looks to be 3 10mm bolts, and then one 10 to 12mm bolt for each of those bendy brackets behind it. So that seems pretty easy, but we'll have to see. And of course it's a 12mm. One, two. It's pretty simple. Yeah, right. Now I'm going to have to find some grommets for those, which could be annoying. I don't think I have any here, so I'll have to get some. But that pretty much sums up that for now. I might take these off too if I can. I was wrong again. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 more. We can start putting all this back together. All right. Do you just love when things go on that easily? For now, that's pretty good. Like I said, that's going to need grommet, 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 grommet. Bolt, bolt, grommet, 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 grommet. So it's going to need a couple grommets to keep it waterproof. But I'll have to order. Yeah, I'll have to order some. I'll get a bunch of various different ones and make that work. But for now, all I need to do to fit this is grind these down a little bit, put the wheel on, and then we're pretty well good to go for now. Right, now the spare tyre's on, we can start putting those lugs on. Alright, now that that's mounted, we can put this on and plug it in. There you have it. For now, that is what it looks like. Remember, this is just temporary. It won't look so dingy when I'm done with it, but that'll keep it on there for now. But yeah, I'll clean it up and get a better view of it. Alright, so this is the finished product, and to be completely fair, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a little bit on the piss, but it is what it is. So you just pull that off. And you can get your spare off. I still have to do a number plate light on there, but that can come in the future. The design that I was going to buy won't work with these wheels, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to figure something out, or make a better version, or make this version a little bit better, to be able to fit that light on there. But for now I'm pretty happy with it. It'll get me out of trouble for the most part. Alright, well, thanks for watching. That was a pretty simple one, but something that had to be done. It's obviously not the greatest fix, but it's temporary. It's going to stay on there for the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to either make it professional myself, or if I can find one that will work with this, then I'll do that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it can at least help 1 or 2 people out. Pretty straightforward. Just follow the bouncing ball and then go from there. Cheers, guys.